So the assignment section for this chapter is, let's revisit our Amazon Fine Food reviews, right? Let's revisit our Amazon food reviews dataset, wherein we have basically a review and its review polarity, whether it's positive or negative. So what I want you to do is, we have seen this IMDb case little earlier, right? In the previous video, we've seen how to do it. So the assignment here is, take this dataset, first get the vocabulary of all the words. Second, get frequencies for each word. Then index each word as I've described in the previous video. Right? So for each word you have a numerical representation. Then convert your data into the same form that IMDb data is in. Convert your data into IMDb dataset format, and then run the LSTM that we learned in the previous video. Run the LSTM that I've shared the reference links for, right? I've shared this LSTM in the previous video in the description section of the video, right? I've provided a reference link to this. So I want you to run the LSTM model that we saw in the previous video for the IMDb dataset on the Amazon food reviews dataset and report the accuracy that you're getting at the end of 10 epochs. So if you can just keep the LSTM model as is, or you can play around with the model. So try to get good accuracy. That's all I'm looking forward for. So here, the key task here is data pre-processing. So take your Amazon Fine Food reviews, do all of these pre-processing steps, and play around with the LSTM model also. Just don't do pre-processing, right? I recommend you train a model with, so in the previous model, we had only one layer of LSTM, right? We just had one layer of LSTM. You can actually train a model with 2 layers of LSTM here. It's not very hard. There are lots of reference links online how to run multi-layered LSTMs, right? Very, very simple model. So the task here is, first 5A, run the existing IMDb model, right? Just same architecture. Second one is, train an LSTM with 2 LSTM layers instead of 1 LSTM layer. And from the code perspective, it's very simple. You take the output from the previous LSTM layer, and from the code perspective, you just add one more layer. You have an LSTM layer here. Before the dense, you need to add one more LSTM layer. That's all. Okay. Very, very simple assignment. This might take little more than usual, but it's possible to finish all of this in under a couple of hours. I would say you can, if you've become comfortable with programming in Python, because we are almost at the end of deep learning, you should be comfortable with Python. You can do all of this pre-processing in like half an hour, 40 minutes and train the model. Of course, the model will take some time to train. So I recommend you just leave it on Google Colab and go for your dinner or coffee break. By the time you come back, it will be ready.